James Norwood, one of the best English players in English football right now, top goal scorer in English football right now, and an offer is in for him of £670,000. Do we let him go? Do we keep him at Tranmere Rovers? I left it down to you guys, but Newcastle Jets have come in for him. Does he move on? We went ahead and went in for negotiations. I left it down to a vote, and I can reveal that you guys wanted me to get rid of him. A few people said to keep him, but the only way I was getting rid of him is if we made over £700,000, and Newcastle Jets were willing to part with that money just as much as we were willing to part with James Norwood after he played against Macclesfield Town, our rivals at Moss Rose. Can we go out there and pick up the win? We actually get a huge chance minutes into the game from Rochelvo. He puts it wide of the post, but then they got themselves an opportunity. It's Whittaker with a bullet of a shot, and the hitman misses it thanks to a Davies save. And I see a lot of comments saying to let Davies go, but if you watch this episode, you'll see just how crucial this goalkeeper can be. Obviously, when we get to League One, he may need replacing, but at the moment, he's making crucial saves. Yes, they're not making the best shots, as you guys saw there, but they're still shooting at the near post. It's hitting the post, it's going in. We are going to need a replacement goalkeeper, but for the League Two, I feel like we're all good in the hood. Will we need it soon, or will we need it now? The one thing is for sure, we're still bagging goals, and it's that man again who just fires in at the back, into the back of the net. Rochelvo has been on fire this month. We get ourselves another chance as Rochelvo plays it through, and it's into the back of the net. 2-1 Tranmere Rovers. The comeback is on. I went ahead and shushed Whittaker before going to the fans and saying, yo, I can't hear ya. Where's that noise gone now? Macclesfield Town fans at the home side, at the home stand, and they were shushed, mate. They didn't want to make a sound except for telling me to get out the stadium. Anyway, Vargas could be moving. The board is actually telling me I now need to move him on because he looks like he's not getting the game time, and loans are starting to expire. The best CDM in the world, McLaughlin's gone, and also who cares about him, but he's also gone as well. Moving on to some FA Cup football. It's time we get into some cup football, and time we pick up some good results in some cup football as well. And at the moment, we're on a FA Cup streak. Derby County next up for us, but they got the first chance of the game. Our defender couldn't get in front of Waghorn. He gets the first chance, but it does go whistling wide of the near post. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a chance though. Stockton plays it through to Jennings, and here goes Jennings down the left hand side. He puts it down and past the goalkeeper. 1-0 Tranmere Rovers, and it has started off well just before half time as well. Obviously changing the team talk for both managers there, and then a beautiful cross and an even more beautiful finish from James Norwood, showing off his name as well on the back of his shirt to put us 2-0 up, and the legend could be leaving, but before he left, he wanted to give us a little bit of a shout out and a bit of a goal, a bit of a send-off message, you could say. Derby tried to hinder it, but it doesn't matter. 64 minutes into the game and Derby score. We're going to full time and we win the game 2-1 thanks to that Norwood winning goal. Are we missing out on a big player as Gilmore's loan expires and Norwood is sold to Newcastle Jets? Thank you for everything you've done, James Norwood, but it is time to go, and he frees up a lot of contracts for us except for McNulty and Bakayoko. I just don't believe they're worth the new contracts. And now moving on to who's going to replace him, and his name is Arvin Apaya. He can play right wing and striker. Actually, Louis Drapaya came in with him. It's a scout from one of you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and put in an offer, and we actually ended up agreeing on £210,000 and a little sell-on clause as well, but let's be honest, we're probably not going to sell him on, but when we do, they could make a little bit of moolah from that deal. And then we went ahead and talked to Arvin, had a bit of a sit down, ended up signing the kid, and now he's a Tranmere Rovers man. And you know how I get when it gets to the transfer window. I tend to sim a lot of games, but not only that, it does get boring playing loads of games per episode. We had Cambridge United, we ended up beating them 1-0 thanks to Lornell Cole, and that was the end of that game. Moving into some football that you guys actually want to see, a bit of gameplay for you in the EFL League 2 at Wadden Road. Might as well call it Waddle Road, because we're going to make them all waddle all over the park when we go ahead and play through balls like that, splitting the defense wide open, get ourselves a chance, and it's Waring into the team after James Norwood was sold, and this kid is going to be huge at the club as we get ourselves another chance down the left hand side with Lornell Cole. He's going to go ahead and cross it in, and it's Waring again. And I've spoke about players who may just step up to the plate and we may not need the replacements. Obviously Arvin Apaya would be great anyway, just as a winger or maybe a player to play through. He comes through now, he's got himself the chance to get a goal on his debut. He cuts his side onto his right foot. His weak foot makes it 3-0 just before full time. And who played that assist? Yep, it was Waring. You just don't count out the players that already play at Tranmere Rovers this season. Every time we bring a player into the club, he seems to do the job. Man of the match for Waring in his first game coming back to the club with Norwood out. He could be the replacement to give us a bit more goals, a bit of assists. He's literally doing what Norwood was doing before moving on. Now into a player that I've actually been looking at, and his name's Josh Vella, and you're probably like, Sonny, he's out of your budget, £2 million. However, he's actually a free transfer. So I asked him over to the office. He came and sat down. We had a little bit of a chit chat. He wanted Crucial. I gave him Crucial. He also wanted £5 grand. I was like, £5 for a £2 million valued player. I will take that. I paid the man, and he will be joining us when we go and play in League One. And speaking of playing in League One or playing in League Two when it comes to this game, we're playing either way. We've got home football in the EFL League Two at Prenton Park against Swindon Town. And the first chance came from us as Afra played a beautiful Pogba-esque ball over the top into Ollie Banks. And look at that, for a finish from Ollie Ibra Banks is what I'm going to start calling him now, from that looping ball and first touch as well. Let's not take anything away from the 63 or 62 rated player. That was a beautiful finish, but Swindon Town were not going to sit down and take it lightly. They hit the near post, and everybody knows when you hit the near post with Davies in goal, it's going to go into the back of the net. And now I see why you guys are saying we need a new goalkeeper. I just still believe that he could do the job whilst we're in League Two, and that is why I'm thinking of signing a pre-contract on a goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper's coming up with saves. Our goalkeeper can't save anything. It does come to full time. It's 1-1. They had one chance. They scored that one chance, and you can't blame anyone but the goalkeeper as we go home with only a point from that game. And speaking of goalkeepers, Josh Vickers, Lincoln Town, or Lincoln City even, what am I talking about? 65 rated, only 23 years of age, and in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the league right now. He's got the most clean sheets. We could sign him on a pre-contract, and like I said, I think Davies could do the job for now. Only 2,500 wage. We're going ahead of signing him, and Norwood's money is coming up trumps for us now. We've signed Apaya, we've signed Vela, we've signed him, and we've also cleared every contract except for McNulty and Bakayoko, because I don't believe they're worth the contracts. Alright, they can leave it to summer, it doesn't matter. Now on to Northampton Town, where I've literally tried out players that I don't usually play. Speaking of players that I don't usually play, Johnny Smith plays it into Apaya, who I do play now on the right wing, who plays it into my striker, and Waring puts it in again. And there's a little bit of a connection going on between the two Englishmen, and he goes and shushes the fans, asks for to hear him as well. Make them louder, he says. There's a good save from Wharton. They get another cross in, another good save from Wharton. He's looking like a good young goalkeeper until they get a third cross in. It comes to the edge of the box, and how is he letting that one in? Disgusting from Wharton. Alright, you're actually looking like a Wharton. Yeah, very good name, mate, very good name. But they've scored a goal. Lucky for Northampton Town, but unlucky for them. We're just too good, mate, as we play it forward into Devine. Devine gets the assist into Waring, and look at that, this man can do everything, absolutely everything. He smashes it from the edge of the box 44 minutes into the game, making it 2-1 against Northampton Town. And we weren't going to stop there, as Waring gets the ball from Paul Mullin, plays a lovely little 1-2 after the hold-up play, and then Paul Mullin gets through 1-on-1 with the keeper. And you just bet on any man playing in a Tranmere Rovers shirt to score there, and it is 3-1 Tranmere Rovers. Game, set and match, full time, and we end up taking home 3 points at our home stadium. Are you happy with that, Prenton Park? Are you happy? I want to hear you. Prenton Park, the fans go wild, Caprice goes wild, in fact Waring goes wild. He's going wild in every single game, bags himself a couple of goals and an assist yet again at the club. And everybody knows when you get good performances, you're gonna get offers in for your good players, and the only way I was getting with a Buxton Water is if we got a good offer in for Buxton Water. I tried to get 280k, they gave me 165. I said 260, they said 220. I said 250 and 5%, they said 230, and I said, you know what, 230 is actually a great deal with the percentage of salon clause. I'm taking it. We shook hands and he signed it in blood. And I know you guys are like me, you love the transfer window, you love doing transfers, you love the menus more than the gameplay. With FIFA 19, that just seems to be the case, but we do need to get through these games, and we've got Brentford coming up in the FA Cup. They get themselves a cross in only early minutes in, and somehow he's put that wide. To be fair to him, bad angle, but he wasn't good enough, and we've heard that so many times this season. Hopefully that keeps going on for the Tranmere Rovers career mode, as we get good enough to put them into the back of the net, as we find the back of the net. Only 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, but either way we do find the back of the net. It was 1-0 to Tranmere Rovers. We play a good ball forward into Stockton, who takes on his man who's got that sprint speed after that training, and now makes it 2-0 to Tranmere Rovers. And he's showing it in his celebration. He's like, it's over, you're dead, Brentford. But they weren't sitting down without a fight. They get a cross in, and what is that from my defender. Somehow, the guy celebrating like he scored a goal. We saw what you done with the volley, all right? We are not good enough. But they got themselves a chance from the cross. I don't know how I ended up headering it into the back of my own net, but Stockton weren't sitting down. He's like, yo, give me the ball. I'll go up the other end and put us to bed, put this game to bed, and make sure we win this game 3-1. And that's exactly how it happened. We went up the other end, scored a goal, we went to full time, and that is the way we progress to the next stage again in this FA Cup run that we are on. We just bag goals without conceding many, and we end up getting to the next stage every single time. Buxton's now been sold, which means rip to that Buxton Water sponsorship. McNulty is also leaving in the summer transfer window. He's got himself a pre-contract deal, and we've made a bit of money. Woo! Also, I need my scouts to be finding more players, man. Where are my players at? I've gone with any to try and find more players, technically gifted as well. Can we find them, and can we win as well against Mansfield Town, where we play them at their home stadium, the Field Mill? A hard stadium to go to, not because of the stadium, but because of the fact they've been in great form. But a 180 spin from Mullen means that we are going to take the lead 1-0. Tranmere Rovers within the opening minutes, and it's only 11 minutes played, and he's already playing like he's Cristiano Ronaldo. You want to see some more football as Paul Mullen plays in a beautiful ball, little back heel, and it's a long shot that goes in off the post, and you can't stop Tranmere Rovers when we're in this kind of form. It's a beautiful goal. Mansfield having none of it though. Luckily for them, it just kept going straight back to their players, but luckily for us, it comes back off the post, so we managed to clear the ball. But like I said, they're in great form. They got themselves a chance down the left hand side, and look at that, he struck it so sweetly. It's gone into the back of the net from the volley, and like I said, Davies gets beat at the near post so many times, but there's nothing he could do about that one. We got ourselves a chance after it deflected straight back to us. We ended up skying the ball, and to be fair to Ollie Banks, he ended up actually apologizing to the team. He was like, that's my fault. But after watching what he done with that chip goal, I expect so much more from Ollie Banks. The question is, can he do it in bigger games, and can he do it a lot more than just in the one game and getting one chip goal? And that is questionable for me, which made me think maybe we need a bit of squad depth in that centre mid role. They wanted 260k for a 575 valued player, which is already good, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to sign him for even cheaper. I tried 220k and 1% salary clause. He accepted that offer, so I was like, yo, what a deal. I was willing to pay more, but it's a good deal for a 575,000 player. He then accepted £850 a week on his contract terms as well, so I shook hands on that deal. Let's just admit it here, I am the negotiation king, and Tom Bayliss is now a Tranmere Rovers player. Tom Bayliss, Josh Vickers, Alvin Apaya, and Josh Vela, all now a part of Tranmere Rovers, while sorting out every single contract except for the two players I mentioned. Thanks for the money from only 2 deals from Buxton and James Norwood. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end the episode there. £350 million spent on transfer deadline day. If you guys have enjoyed it, you know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on, and if you haven't already, follow me on all my social medias, links in the description down below. Donate, become a member. Catch you in the next one. Peace.